Hey YouTube, this is your React Pact. I'm James.
I'm Rose.
I'm Nikki.
And this is the season finale for Haikyu. So, at the end of this episode, we're going to have a season breakdown. Well, less of a season breakdown, more of a season review. Go over what we thought of this season compared to the other ones. We're going to rely more on YouTube, guys, because you guys remember the older season better than I do.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Also, guys, remember, there will be a show replacing this show soon. So keep your eyes out for the show that will be winning the poll. That will be taking the Tuesday show. But other than that, guys, what do you guys think of last episode?
Epic!
Yeah, it was so good.
I was so happy to see they won.
Best episode of the season.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic episode.
Yeah, and then Kageyama and Hinata did the winning block.
They stole back their quick.
Together,
yes. Yes, they made sure to show the ball hit both their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they set it up so perfectly. I legitimately was like, I thought they were gonna lose a few times in the episode.
Yeah.
They actually lost. They actually lost.
Yeah.
But nope. With everyone pushed themselves to the limit in the very final point. Suki pushing it just a little bit further, and he got it.
Yeah.
And then Daichi's like, "No, that's good enough." And he gets the rest of it.
Yeah.
That was great.
It was so good. Oh man.
And then Suki's little monologue about how Hinata and Kageyama really understood what it meant. I can't remember his exact words, but what it meant to push yourself at the end. I can't remember.
It was that they never wavered for in the battle that lasted
0.1 seconds.
Yeah, they didn't waver.
Yeah.
They were the only ones who didn't waver.
Yeah, everyone had their moment of, can't we do this? We're like, no, we are doing this.
Yeah.
We're not stopping.
Yeah.
So I will say, Hinata has really shown himself to how much he matters to the team as just even a mascot, not even just a player. He can put himself in the worst situation and have fun with it still because he truly just loves the game.
Yeah.
And Kageyama, while I can't say the same for him because he had his toxic moments, he has the ability to just, now anyway, he can be the king who just stay calm. I'll give you when you need it. I can see when you can't take it, and so he not only is a perfect setter, he can read his teammates now.
Yeah.
So the team that just beat the Mia twins may be top 2 best teams we've seen so far. So I'm just very curious how they're gonna stack that up next season, and if they're gonna give us a little preview.
Yeah. Bruh.
Anything else, guys?
I'm curious what this Promised Land business is.
I think the Promised Land is just literally them
The next,
the semifinals.
The next
semifinals.
next game.
I think it's semifinals. Yeah. Penultimate match. That's what penultimate is, right? Okay.
Second to last.
No. Is second to last?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought penultimate was very final. All right. Yeah, guys. Let's get into it, guys. Thank you very much for being here, guys. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And remember, check the Patreon in the description if you guys want to see the next episode. Wait, there's no next episode next week. But if you are a patient, you will be seeing the
New show
a week early before it drops on Tuesday. There will be a blank period for one Tuesday where there will be nothing, and then next
YouTube or
on YouTube.
Just on YouTube.
On YouTube, there's going to be a week where there's nothing on Tuesday, but then the next week you will see the new episode. So if you want to see the new show a week early, remember to be a patient for next week Tuesday. We'll see you guys in discussion. And it was the fastest quick I think they've ever done.
Yeah, it was a perfect.
Yeah, because it was literally
perfect.
they were so close.
Yeah, they both.
Wow, it's right there. How the heck?
And it was just enough power not to go overshoot the line. Body ain't long enough.
So good. It's so good. And Kemma saw this this time. Kemma was awake.
Screw your crowd.
Nine and 10.
Yes.
What the hell are you two?
Next.
See you in the semifinals. Oh, he's happy.
Oh, poor guys. You did your best.
You were a good team.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Now they're gonna argue who
You
got
need
it.
my block. Yeah. They're too tired to fight. Oh, no.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, nice. Which one is he?
Oh!
I'm gonna beat you. Yeah.
Inter high. Okay.
Alright, we will see you again.
Of course you did. Classmates.
It's true.
Yeah, you really struggled in the beginning.
Yeah, the cheer squad came in clutch.
Yeah.
That's true. They learned that this match.
今までちゃんとやってきたし、後悔なんかないって言い切れる。俺にとって結果は単なる副産物なのも変わらんのに。なんやろな。どうや。俺の仲間すごいよって。もっと言いたかった。
He's no.
He's still just.
In the middle of putting on the clothes.
Oof.
What? Dang it.
Well, he's at the big hotel.
Twin.
Okay, third round quarterback, semifinals. Oh boy.
He's the scary one.
Yeah. I mean, this just tells me that we're probably gonna beat Nekoma.
Oh, it's no time of mine. Nick was going down.
Yeah.
Some cat people? Get out of here.
Right one for him.
With the hearts.
It's like, yeah, don't.
Our little 30 years.
I mean, that's guy got nothing to prove.
Yeah. He's still ace. He's like, just do it. What do we call it? The bathhouses are really uncomfortable.
Is
It is his butt. I thought it was gonna be like, whoop, it's actually his knees. Nope.
Why the gap so big though?
Oh no.
Ooh, Nekoma watching.
Oh, the evil cat is getting reconnaissance.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think even the author knows that you wouldn't be thinking they're gonna win.
まあどっちでもいいよね。それを確かめるためにわざわざ試合しに来てるらしい。
Yeah.
ケンマは多分試合に負けても
He's like, you'll be fine.
でも俺はケンマに勝つ
When they first met.
Look at that animation.
Yeah, it was so different.
What did he
But it
say?
was crisper
He was
though.
like, do you like volleyball? It was like, well, my team's pretty strong. And he's like, whoa.
I can't believe you remember that. What is your memory?
Look at the
The
animation.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the
Yeah.
things I really liked about this show when I first saw it. The animations in the beginning were really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's still good, don't get me wrong, but that looks so much
That's
more
a lot
expressive.
better.
Pretty.
Looks so
Yeah.
expressive. Even though some of the lines are like simpler,
Yeah.
we gotta give this one after credits. It's the last one.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Nice guitar solo.
Oh, they're back for the round.
Yeah.
Here they come.
Kenma looking extra cat today. Ooh,
Oh,
extra
there's more.
credits.
ステパの決戦な。あ、俺は他人に教える真似事を始めてからしばらく選手に俺と同じこと、あるいは俺がやろうと思ってできなかったことをさせようとした。でもある時、奴らがどう考えてるのか気になった。奴らは俺じゃねえし、俺の駒でもねえ。その当たり前のことに気づいて、その日から教えることが真似事じゃなくなったんだ。はその点出来がいい。バレエ自体の出来が悪いだけあると。
ミステマの決戦がジジイ高校のためだと思ってんのかよ。今一番ネコマの連中を倒したいと思ってんのか。うちの野郎どもだぞ。もう昔の因縁の相手じゃなくなってるんだよ。だからただ楽しみに待ってるよ。
Why are you staying up the night before battle?
Right. Thanks
No.
for watching.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Things.
I wrote a little bit. So it started with a recap of that awesome last point.
Yes.
Subarashi.
That was the Coach Nekama at the end?
I think so.
Alright.
Is it the
No,
current
no,
coach?
that was the previous coach of Karasuno, which is Ukai's father or grandfather.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Because I remember Nekuma's coach is the smiley one. He's very happy. He doesn't have facial hair.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It's a bit rounder and shorter.
Oh, I think I remember his face. Yeah.
I really liked, even though Zakis, they're really hard on themselves.
Narizaki.
At the end of the day, the crowd was still there for them, and the captain of the team, I think the captain of the team embodies the spirit of their school the most. Like, it's a super cold, like appearing super cold, doesn't really give out compliments, but it is rooting for you.
Yeah.
It wants you to succeed, but it wants you to push yourself as well.
Yeah.
And it's all about the routine of going again and again and just pushing yourself, pushing. So yeah, I really like that ending. That they all were trying to almost make him proud.
Yeah. And then he smiled at them, and everyone was like, except for that one guy who's still dead inside.
Why are we still standing on the stairs?
Why are we still here?
So,
Just to suffer.
so we're gonna see them again, most likely in Inter High,
Yeah.
whatever that is. I don't know how that
I think
places in
it's-
the levels of like based on this tournament. Like, is this tournament is national, right?
I would say that
Or
this
no?
tournament is this is national tournament.
Yeah, so
Nationals.
Inter High I would assume is international high.
Oh, I was thinking
in-
of just as like an invitational of certain high schools, but I guess that makes sense too.
In international high school tournament.
Oof. Well, if that's what it is, that's crazy. Because otherwise, I was gonna say I figured that maybe this tournament was more prestigious than Inter High.
But how is that possible? Because wouldn't like the All Japan team play that?
I don't know.
Look,
And you can't get into the I
I'm
guess
Googling.
I guess
I'm Googling this right now. It is essentially like this one that they're in is more prestigious, but the other one they will see each other again.
So all the schools will get a chance to play again. But and also I was thinking as you were getting up and trying to look it up, I was gonna say the All Japan team doesn't depend on who wins these tournaments. The All Japan team are chosen; they're cherry picked. So it could be that you lose this, but you played like excellently, like the best in your team, and they still choose you.
Yeah.
Like they chose
Well, we don't know
the blonde
that.
one. I know. I'm saying it could be like they chose them before they even played this. So it
Well, that was the training camp. That wasn't their team.
I know, but they were looking at them. I'm saying they consider people based on their performance and what they think, not necessarily. It would weigh heavily on your performance, but I'm saying maybe it's possible that you say you lose against this really good team, but you were second or something, and you still get chosen from your team.
Well,
or
I mean, the
something.
fact that individuals and not their entire team was taken to that training camp
Right.
by itself, I think that means that it's probable that they're looking at everyone overall.
And in any case, the All Japan team is from many different places to play the international. So this is definitely not international.
Which, you think that's what he meant by I'm going to set to you one day? Like, we're not going to end up at the same school,
Right,
but if
basically,
we both end up in, like,
All Japan.
international team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think, man.
I think it's like once we become big leagues, I'm gonna be on your team because we're both gonna be in the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because me and
he's like-
twins
he's
are...
He's like, Tobio can get out of here.
Yeah.
Right, there's only one king on this court. It's me.
It's me.
Don't need two of us. Which, that is a very interesting thing. What do you do when you have two extremely high-level setters?
Yeah.
You can only really have one.
Well-
You swap them out, but...
I would think then you would try and match to your team how
Oh yeah, how they play
how the
with
personality could mesh with your team and what they've shown that they can, like their adaptability with different, like this type of spiker and this type of wing spiker and all that.
Yeah, that is true. There are some teams that have had players that were considered like phenomenal, like single-handedly carrying a team, but they still sold them or traded them because they're like, man, this guy.
Like their attitude.
No, maybe it's their attitude. Maybe they've got personal beef with one or two people. Maybe they just refuse to listen to the coaching staff. Like, there's a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even necessarily that person's fault. Maybe it's just sometimes they're like, for whatever reason, the team does not play at their best when they've got this guy despite him being great.
Yeah.
Like, they do better because he's doing great, but everybody else is playing like crap. So they swap him out,
Yeah.
So sometimes it happens. Speaking of teams, so the guys that we know that are big threats that are in this next set, we got Bokuto's team, Nekuma's team, and Seagull guy is still in there somewhere.
Right. Germaphobe, we haven't seen
We
yet.
haven't seen Germaphobe at all. So he could be a sleeper Mia twins. But they kind of played him off as not a comedic character, but the kind that's like thinks highly of themselves but gets shot down. So they might have been setting something up there.
To me, they set him up as the guy you need to be scared about.
Really?
Yeah.
It's because there's a few moments back at the training camp where I don't remember the exact context, but it was like he was, and then the other guy said something that disarmed the conversation. So I was wondering if they're setting up that, but I have no doubt he's going to be great.
I was gonna say that could just be a red herring,
I mean, it's the fact that they haven't said anything else about him tells me that they're saving him for something.
Yeah, I mean,
all
the times
It's not going to be like a brush over match.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I'm wondering, is it that they're going to be, like when the Mia twins came around, they were the season, you know what I'm saying? So like, is it that he's going to be the season? Is he the big end goal? Or is he going to be a guy in the way to getting to Seagull? I'm wondering, like, where does he fall in line with this? Because the Seagull guy, they have laid the ground bed of him being possibly the best player here.
Yeah.
Like, he's Hinata with experience, with skill. He's got no weak points, and he can play any place on the team.
Yeah.
He's a miracle. Like, there's no reason why he's just no reason, but you know what I mean. Like, he's incredible.
And Karasuno doesn't have the luxury of like taking what they've learned from this match and going back to like hone skills. They're going straight into the next one.
Yeah.
So they have to learn on the go.
Which everyone did in that match. Like they Mia's twins straight up stole the quick and just started using it. They scored like 5 points with it.
Yeah.
But what they said was true too. They messed around too much.
Yeah.
There were a few points they lost because they were either trying something crazy, or they weren't. what was it? It was like him and Atsumu were at odds, and so they did something weird, and then Karasuno was able to send it back. I don't know exact details, but basically there are a few points in there that they didn't have to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You can say the same about Karasuno though.
Yeah.
With Hinata trying things.
Well, Hinata was trying things to save the ball, and he kind of won every time. So
not every time. Like there was like early on in the game, he was jumping, like he was focusing on jumping really high, and then he forgot to hit.
Yeah.
He forgot to swing.
He did something twice. There's a time he forgot to swing, and there's a time I think he forgot to move or something like that to grab the ball.
I don't remember. I just remember that one.
But Nekoma, what do you think of their chances? They're not gonna beat Karasuno.
No, especially since they're the next game. There's no way they're gonna drag 3 matches out across 20-something episodes. That would be the lows of the low if they did that. So I feel like they'll beat them and they'll be moving on, especially since they're showing other teams.
I think they're going to surprise a lot of people with how good they are, and they're going to force Karasuno to adapt, but they're going to go down.
Yeah.
They are like the only reason why I think that Karasuno absolutely has to win the next one is because of the 30 years.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been like, it's fair game.
Because it's the 30 years last one, so it's not just Karasuno loses. This was the final for these characters.
Yeah. And then we have to say goodbye and then say hello to new characters.
That's the thing. Like if you got past the Mia twins, you can't have the hyped up insane Mia twins and beat them and then lose against Nekoma.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
The difference is Mia twins weren't even hyped up. Like, we met them this season.
Well, yeah, but in this course of the match, we learn about the teams as we play against them. Like the Snake team where we're going up against them and how they used underhand methods and stuff like that. But the Mia twins, from what we've seen of the Mia twins, I truly think that even though they lost, they're the better team. I think they're the better team. And I said it before, Karasuno fought war for every point they got.
Yeah.
And the Mia twins, they were just playing the game. Karasuno had to learn, figure things out, adapt, and fight, whereas the Mia twins had a complete team, is what it felt like. They had no weak spots. Whereas Karasuno had plenty of weak spots that they had to overcome, which that does show a sense of a drive and enthusiasm that is more perhaps a sense of wanting to win that's perhaps greater than Mia twins. But I do think the Mia twins is a more complete team.
A more complete team, yeah. I don't know about a stronger team, though. A more complete team, more rounded. Like, if you were going team shopping, this is the team that you'd want to pick up rather than Karasuno. But Karasuno, they have more... I guess potential. Like, they have a stronger engine, but it takes them longer to get to 60. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
or
just
100.
It's just I guess what I'm basing it off of is like it felt like they had to almost like so many points were cards up their sleeves that nobody thought they could do, no one's seen before. Whereas the Mia twins, they just Aran he's a really good really good spiker. He sees past you guys, he hits. He just plays the game,
I don't think so, because the only thing that was new from us was Kageyama being chill and Hinata actually receiving the ball.
Well, and also Suki had to actually push himself a bit more. We also had
But he
Tanaka.
was doing that before. After Kageyama learned that he could hit higher, he's like, okay, you're hitting higher now.
I think he started that this match, though.
No, it was during training before coming here.
But even still, we had Tanaka. Tanaka he had that whole ledge moment where he was stopping himself beforehand. We had the spikers. The spikers actually. Yamaguchi got 2 points. Was it 2?
Oh, you mean pinch servers?
Pinch servers.
I think it was one or 2.
Well, I think he scored 1, but the second one was like a fight. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like Karasuno, they had to bust out the chops. I guess I'm saying. Whereas I don't really think Mia twins had to do that. They were. It's like they started here, and Karasuno had to figure things out and work their way and trick and get their way up to there, and then they won. But Mia twins were still always here. So then, like, the next match, even though they're capable of surpassing, they don't start there. You guess what I'm saying?
I understand what you're
See
saying.
what you're saying.
I kind of am not quite. I don't really feel like it's quite that extreme. I feel like Inarizaki still had some fight that they had to make, and think they had a bit of a mental struggle. I don't think they were perfect from the get go and consistent. I think they were very consistent, but I still think they had to push themselves as well. But you are right that Karasuno had to push themselves more. They're not like well put together as Inarizaki, like you're saying. So I think there was still more of a fight for them, but I don't think Inarizaki was devoid of fighting and striving. Is what I would say.
No, that's true.
Interjection.
Wait, what happened?
There's 2 U's. Oh, right.
I
They did
never
have
said
2
that-
U's at a point.
I never said they didn't.
Oh.
Have to.
Yes, you did.
The reason, yeah. So
They used to have 2 U's.
yeah, so Haikyuu's title. I put 1 U in the title because what happens is when I Google Haikyu, there's like multiple spellings and multiple ways of putting it. And this is the one that I see usually used, or not usually used. It's the one that's at the top, and it's one that is even on Crunchyroll. Is the 1 U, so I just use that one. Like I know that they used to use the 2 U's.
Yeah.
It's the one that's in the title right now. So I figured if somebody's Googling it, they're not going to put 2 U's. That's the only reason. Also, Bokuto's team, though. Bokuto's team is a bit of a wild card to me. Because I think I've said it before, but their team is so focused on Bokuto.
Yeah.
We barely know anything about the rest of them. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not bad players. But there's no exceptional people in that group. Like, Karasuno, you got Kageyama, you got Tobio, you've got even
it's the
Asashi.
same person.
You said Kageyama Tobio.
You got, he's 2 people.
It's 2 people.
But Hinata,
Yeah.
Tanaka, you've got all really good players.
Yeah.
To be fair, those are people we know. But Mia Twins, you've got the Mia Twins, you've got Aaron, you've got the white haired dude when he wants to get in there, you've got the guy who could turn his body into the crazy spikes, right?
Yeah.
Bokuto's team, you've got the narrator guy who's pretty good at strategizing to work with Bokuto.
Narrator guy.
But but Bokuto, he's a one-man army, but I don't think at this level it'll be quite enough to take it all the way. I think it'll be a heck of a fight, but
I think the only reason we feel that is because we literally haven't seen the rest of their team.
we've seen them play once though, haven't we?
I think
We
that
saw
was
them
only
playing.
Bokuto that came over.
No. Came over to where though?
The training camp?
No, not training camp. Remember when they were in the smaller stadium and he was upset? He was sad.
Oh.
Yeah, we saw the full match, and it was really the only notable people was Bokuto, the guy who talks about Bokuto, and the friend who talks to the guy who talks to Bokuto.
Those 3.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, none of them. Maybe they have people. It's just nobody stood out when they had to stand out. It came down to how does Bokuto feel? We're gonna win. How Bokuto feel? Oh no, he feels bad. We're gonna lose. You know, they're the complete opposite of Nekoma, where it's a brain and everybody's involved and everybody needs to play a part.
Yeah.
Or Karasuno, where everyone's gifted. In Bokuto's team, it's Bokuto.
Bokuto's team is Bokuto.
So
It's Bokuto's team. I mean, we're calling it Bokuto's team.
So I'm just like, I think he is so incredible. He can push them to the limit. I don't think he can take them all the way. If he was to lose, though, I think he'd lose to Seagull's team.
Seagull.
Just because we don't know anything about him, I'm getting the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think?
Pretty much the same. Yeah, Bokuto's team. I just feel like we haven't seen enough of the actual other team's players to actually know what we're up against. Like, we have a Tanaka that we've kind of been sleeping on for like the past 5 seasons.
And
but he's
all
actually
of a sudden,
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Stuff like that. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe they have other Tanakas.
And also I
Like-
feel like also just like they did with this team in Arizaki, where they really delved into each of the characters, or the characters they wanted to be good, and gave us mental or inner monologues and things like that. Made us feel for them and made us feel their points, and then defeated them. That's gonna be, I think, what they're gonna do. I feel like what they're gonna do going forward with the matches, especially because we are in such a big arena. I don't know how many more seasons this manga has, but this feels like it's very important for at least our third years, and I'd hate for the time when we have to say goodbye to them, unless we end this manga with the when we say goodbye to them, you know?
I think we would do.
That would be great. I would prefer that. Like, it's, and then, you know, just imagine what their future is.
Someone was saying, sorry.
I feel like the manga would go on.
Without them.
Yeah, with like, here's Hinata and Kageyama's story. Oh,
I mean, it would be
different teams
nice.
now.
It would be nice to see their story continue, but it would feel like my heart can't take anymore. I need to see the happiness and say goodbye.
Maybe I misunderstood. It's just someone was talking one time where they think there's 2 seasons left after this, which is just.
Or is it of finished material?
I didn't say finished material. I think they were saying there's 2 seasons left of this manga.
Oh.
So, and this is it an older manga?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Because I thought it was done a long time ago, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, if it's just 2 seasons left, it could very well just be the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, consider what it is, right? This is the tournament.
Yeah.
The Inter High is a step down.
Yeah.
So it would be going from the biggest tournament on TV, all right, back here. Sure, it'd be great to play against Mia Twins again, but you know what I mean? Like, what's the big thing to end the show in a bang?
Yeah.
How long you want a sports anime to go on for?
Yeah. But how about our takes on the season, the entire season?
I thought that was our take.
That was our. I thought that was our take on the future teams.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just speculating. Let you go ahead.
For the whole season, lots of Hinata growth.
Yes, that was my favorite part.
By lots, I mean a lot of things he should have already known. By the time he's at the level that he's at, he's finally got the basics down. He can receive a ball in volleyball. That's spectacular.
It's just insane he made it this far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of this season versus the other seasons?
This season, it started out very slow.
It did.
We started at the training camp.
I remember for a long period of time we were even saying, when are they going to do something with Hinata?
Yeah. It took a long time before we got any fruits of his labor. Like, it was a lot of seed sowing, a lot of watering, and no fruit. It's like, okay.
A lot of fertilizer.
To be completely frank, even though we got our hype moments in the last couple of episodes, I don't know that I'm 100% satisfied on get what we've gotten out of Hinata. I feel like
definitely not.
They owe us more.
You owe me money.
So I want to see a real Hinata pop off. Like, I want to see where he's on point the whole game. You know, like, not just spurts here and there, picking up the team here, you know, picking up a ball there and being like, wow. No, I want it to be like he's intense and he's going for it, you know? And I don't know if they'll really push it that much, because this anime has not been very super unrealistic in terms of growth of characters. They've been pretty realistic and in how much semi-realistic in how much growth
at a time.
Yeah So I don't know how much we can expect to get out of Hinata. I mean, so far it's great, and I feel like that he's able to do what he has done already is like, whoa, you know, like, really? But okay, yeah. So I'm hoping, I'm keeping hope that it'll be good.
I mean, we've even some of the other things that they have shown us that he's been kind of getting better at, like acting as a decoy on purpose sometimes, like when they were training with Dateko in not a couple episodes, but before the tournament started. Yeah. Like, things like that. Like, he's learning, and that they've mentioned that he sees blockers. So he'd probably be better to, like, get past them, and, like, maybe he'll learn to do the tourney thingy.
Yeah.
We actually saw that with this match when he did the fake out with Asahi.
Asahi, yeah.
What fake out?
When he did the attack and then turned the ball
took it
further behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, they said, like, he's so eager for the ball, you think he's actually going to get it.
Yeah.
This season is the most memorable one for me because I just saw it. I do remember distinctly being either unable or not fully watching season 3, and that was a big gap
in your memory.
Yeah, because I only was able to partially watch the episodes with you guys. I remember not watching the full thing. So that's a big reason for that. But this season, yeah, it was slower than usual. I think a big reason why the final episodes were hyped was because there was such a drought beforehand. A drought maybe makes it sound too bad. It wasn't like horrible in terms of the pacing, but it did feel like, where are we going? When is Hinata's gonna actually show us what he can do? They give us these little moments of, oh my gosh, it looked like he did it on purpose. After 2 episodes of him just training, and then after that we got like 3 more episodes of nothing, all the way up to tournament, right? So I do think maybe if there are just 2 seasons left, it's been because it's trying to, even though it gave us something there, it's going to give us even more drought in the next season, and then final season we're going to see the little giant Hinata. But
we still haven't seen that guy. Maybe we'll see him.
turns out he's his dad.
I keep trying not to have that in my head. I'm like, it's not his dad. He's not in any way related to him. No.
He went out for volleyball and never came out. How would you rate it, like a letter rating? I wouldn't even say it as an anime.
I wouldn't.
You can as an anime.
I don't think you can put it up against a lot of the other animes. I think you have to like say as a sports anime.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like against the other seasons.
Yeah, against itself.
It can't do the full thing. I don't think yet. Not with what this is.
It's so difficult because the first half was very okay. So when's the anime starting? Basically, but then the next half was so much fun. Cause remember we were like even when we made it through half of the season, then we go over to Bokuto's team for like an episode or so. Then we go over to Nekuma's team for another 2 episodes, and it's like.
Yes, there were a lot of periods where I was bored for some parts of some episodes. Yeah, but it's almost like what do you call it? In boxing, there's this guy called John Jones, where he's got this great right hook, and they call it the eraser because for the entire match you'll be seeing him making mistakes. I don't think it's actually John Jones, but he'll be making mistakes the entire match, and people are like, man, he's boxing a terrible match, but he always knocks out the opponent, and so it doesn't matter. Because that ending is, oh my gosh, he's amazing, it's the greatest guy.
You forget when you play badly.
So it's almost like that with this show. It's like for the full show, we're like, man, where are we going? What's gonna happen? What's happening? And then we get that ending. Yeah. Of these final few episodes, it's just so hype. It's so exciting. So it's so worth it. Oh, this was well worth it. You know. But looking back, it's thinking. At the time, I was wondering, are we going anywhere? Especially because we were watching Vinland Saga at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So it was like we're getting a really paced, actiony show with constantly giving us stuff. But yeah, I would give this against other seasons. I'd give this a solid B.
I feel like I had a favorite season. I'm trying to remember I feel like my favorite season was between the first and the second. When I first started this show, yeah, because I loved. I don't remember everything very clearly, but I remember loving Hinata's character and the fact that he was doing these amazing quick. Like even though he had his eyes closed and he couldn't do anything else, but every time he did his quick, I just had my heart leap. You know, I just felt excited because he was winning with it. So even though he wasn't good, so I feel like this season is not my favorite season because of that feeling I had in the very beginning. So, but I don't know if I want to give it a B. Rating it among just these seasons, I would give it an A, and say like my favorite season, whether 1 or 2, I can't remember, would be my S. That's how I would say.
So then season 3 would be my favorite then, because the whole season was the match against Shiro Torizawa.
It was
the whole season.
The guy who's super stern and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was the whole season. And that was up to where I watched. And then this is new for me. I never watched this season, but I would have to give this one it's hard for me to give it an A because I'm kind of grading it an A just for the last couple of episodes that we watched. But then the whole season isn't that
A quality.
Yeah. Especially in animation, it drops sometimes. But there were reasons for that.
Maybe we shouldn't have even given the season a letter grading.
Too late. Pick one.
I'll go with A.
All right.
A.
All right. I think that's fair. Yeah. So I didn't remember that. Urashikari Shawa was the
Shiratorizawa.
Shiratorizawa was season 3. So because of that, I retract my previous statement of the season 3 being boring. No,
you thought it was boring?
I thought there were parts of season 3 that was boring.
I think you're thinking of season 2.
Yeah, season 2. Because that would make more sense to me as to if I saw season 2, felt more bored, and then season 3, I started seeing pieces of it. If I was falling off. That would make more sense to me, the timeline in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it then.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry about that. The camera cut out at some point. We'll see what we can do. But guys, thank you very much for being here. Guys, live video, please remember to leave a like for the final time for Haikyu. And if you want, subscribe for the other shows we got back on the banner. And remember to keep your ears and eyes open for the show that wins the Tuesday poll. There will be a week where there will be nothing, but on that day I will most likely post a community tab announcement of what show actually won, so you know it will be on Patreon. So thank you guys very much, and we will see you guys on the React Pact. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, bye.
And special thanks to Beelzebub, Dodge Master, Abdullah, Jalen, and Xanath.